was the moment that made you want to make change or like start your journey?
So the moment that made me want to take social justice to a more public platform and to engage with it in a public way was through the 1000 Black Girl Books campaign and the lack of diversity in the books that were assigned in my classroom. So I was a really heavily engaged reader and I continue to be, but I noticed that a lot of the books that I was assigned as I continued from fifth grade and on did not have Black girls as the main characters. And I saw the pattern and began to observe it and realized that even in my heavily resourced and highly affluent town, we were not having, this intentional inclusion of Black stories and of diverse stories within our curriculums, which really damages not only Black girls like me who want to see themselves and feel affirmed in their identities, but also, is heavily dangerous for privileged, non-Black people, white people, and other groups to not be able to see Black girls' identities, to understand their culture, and to not have a deep understanding of people who do not look like them, therefore impacts their ability to interact with me, to speak with me, to give me respect, to understand my culture and my practices, and that a lack of diversity within schools creates so many issues for young kids growing up with their own identities and their understanding of other people, and really affects our ability to develop community, especially in a polarized country. So the work that I did really started off just as a person that loved to read and wanted other kids to want to love to read, but now has sort of extended into this overall, look at what does education show us about the way that we teach our children and the way that they grow up to be adults that function in our world, that are our presidents, that are our librarians, that are our janitors and sanitation workers, that are our postmen, that each of us are impacted by the books that we read. And if we don't give kids the opportunity to see themselves, they may never want to learn any more about themselves or other people. And that creates so much hate within this world that books and one book at a time can really solve.